Shivnarine Chanderpaul is probably one of the greatest West Indian and international cricketer of recent times. He has broken numerous records both as a test and a one-day batsman. He is widely admired and feared for his patience, versatility, and sheer batting class. He is in a class of his own and a vital treasure in the annals of West Indian cricket. Viewers, we are stationed at Idyllwill Park in Queens at the Florida versus New York cricket match, a benefit for none other than the Tiger himself, Mr. Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Shiv, thanks so much for chatting with us during halftime. How are you?
I'm fine.
So, I mean, it's a great day. I mean, we just had a little bit of rain, but so far, how do you think the match is going?
Well, it's a 30 over the side. We scored. I'm not too sure the score. No, we got past 200. Just before the close of our innings, the rain came down. So we have to wait and see how the other side goes now.
So, Shiv, you recently celebrated a birthday, August 16th to be exact. How did you celebrate this particular milestone?
Well, it was a bit surprising. Set up with a big birthday cake and it was a surprising thing that everybody came out, because I don't normally celebrate birthdays. And a lot of times, probably most of the time on tour, and don't really celebrate birthdays. You're going to work, you don't have time to do all these things. So this time was a bit different. It was more home with family members, big birthday cake, blowing candles, making wishes. That is what it was like, and it was fun. It was really good fun.
Shiv, speaking of milestones, you made your debut for the West Indies in 1994 at the tender age of 20. Looking back at your career, can you believe that you have had such a great, distinguished cricket career?
I started at 19. Who knows what my career would have been like? I have no idea how I would have played for so long and I would have achieved that much. But that's something I worked at over the years. I had some good advice from my from my guru, who helped me.
And who is that?
His name is Guyanese Maharaj. He died early this year. And also my manager, Chris Thakur Prasad. He was there, there's a lot of times, a lot of things happening wrong. He was there to advise me and tell me some of the stuff that you need to do, how you need to do it. And a lot of people give you advice over the year, and you just need to know how to process all these information and take the best out of it.
I can imagine. In your opinion, what stands out the most for you in your cricket career? Would you say a particular test match, a high score with the bat, overcoming a physical challenge, or mental fatigue while being on the ground?
Well, the challenges in cricket definitely, play a major part. But also, the people behind you, the fans behind you, cheering you, knowing that they're behind you and they're supporting you. And once you know that you have your fans behind you and they're going to support you, doesn't matter what happens. You have something to go out there and play hard for, and you always go out and try this, and play hard and do well, because I know a lot of people be up watching TV. If it's not in the Caribbean and it's away, a lot of the guys will be in front of the television, the missus, whoever, who supported cricket. The fans, they're always in front of the television watching cricket whenever you're overseas. Or if it's in the Caribbean and you're playing, they're watching. Wherever you are and they can come, they will be there watching, and they're expecting you to do well. So you try your best to go out and do as well as you can, Even like the game today, we played the game today. I didn't try to do anything much. I just tried to pace myself through the innings. We were scoring like a run a ball, and then, because everybody is here to see you too, so you try to bat as long as possible, then wait for the back end to play a few shots, to excite them a bit, just to give the fans something what they come to see.
Well, it's definitely so far a very exciting match, and we definitely have to thank you and the team for that. Shiv, who would you say is your inspiration growing up when it comes to cricket?
Well, I used to go to the cricket ground with my dad and my uncle when I was probably 6, 7, and they used to play a lot, so I used to go with them, and even smaller, and watch them play, and being around them, and you get a love for the game, and they used to do well too, and they used to inspire you to want to go out and play and want to do well, because when they perform, they make you feel like you can do this and you want to perform also whenever you play.
Think back to when you were a little boy, like around 7 years old, and then when you went and you actually played your very first game. Did you ever think that you would make such a grand name for yourself today?
Well, at that point, you never know what's going to happen in life. Never expected anything to happen. I know, I started to train a lot. I started to train hard, started to put in a lot of hard work. And it's a lot of things my father tried, telling me what to do, getting the guys in the village to come and throw ball at me from maybe half of the wicket. And they were throwing it pretty hard. And preparing to play all kinds of things, spin bowling, fast bowling, and prepare myself very well so whenever I get that opportunity, I could grab on it.
Now you're known to have a very different batting stance. Where did that come from?
Well, I changed it over the years from falling over a lot. I used to fall over, and cricket is all about your balance. And if you're not balanced enough, if you're not still enough, and you're falling over, it's going to be hard for you to succeed, because these days and age, everybody watching you and studying you, so you need to make sure you eliminate the mistakes you're making.
Now, do other players follow you with that different batting stance?
Well, I hope not. I hope not. There's still the correct way to stand, and you can still work on your balance and make sure you don't fall over, and make sure you do the right things and play the cricket, because it's a lot of hard work on me for me to get side arm and play the ball in a side arm position, which I do in the end when facing up to the bowlers. It's not going to be that easy for any other players to come and do that.
You played your last test match for the West Indies in 2015 in Barbados and against England. Did you know at that time that it would be your last test match for the West Indies?
Not really. I didn't know anything. I thought, we had another tour to play against Australia, and I was really looking forward to the last tour against Australia, but it never happened. A couple more test matches, so I never know what was going to happen.
Planning a vacation? Contact TravelSpan for the best service and deals to Guyana, Trinidad, the Caribbean, and anywhere in the world. Ask about our special Caribbean packages, our cruise packages, and our escorted tours to Dubai and India. Contact TravelSpan now at 718-845-0437 or book online at travelspan.com. TravelSpan, a finer quality in travel.
Two months ago, after my mother's hospitalization, the doctors wanted to put her on hospice. And I'm like, they deemed her terminal. And I saw Mr. Thakur, I think the founder, on TV, and he was advertising this Indian community in Kings Harbor. It's a great Indian community where my mother feels at home, and she expresses her happiness to me whenever I come.
I know when I come, I feel happy. I stay a couple days and I see everybody, and I'm so happy.
I brought my mother here like a month and a half ago, and I haven't regretted my decision. It's one of the best decisions I've made for my mother. It's a home away from home.
Big shot through the onside. This one could go, and it's gone the distance. So that brings up his 50, does Chanderpaul. And so he scores a half century here in the tri-state region.
Tell me, when you go back home to Guyana, how excited are the people of Guyana when you come there?
Well, it's, Guyana would always be home, and then people would always be, friendly and warm and welcoming to you. So It'd always be nice to be back home and you know, always enjoying Guyana, being in Guyana and having, you know, you go there, everybody know you, they try, you need to get anything done, they help you and everything, which is what, you know, being home can do whenever you're home and people know you and they do try to help you.
Now you live in Florida now. Would you teach cricket in Florida?
Well,
Like professionally?
I've been in Florida for over 10 years now.
Okay.
That's something I went to the other day to get qualified as a coach, and I done that the other day. I went to the high performance thing they had in Miami to get qualified at that level also, at a high professional level, high performance level. You know, where we had Tom Moody came in and he was talking about what he done with Sri Lanka and how he had to do things to help them with their cricket, and then he brings Sangha in to talk about batting, and then they asked Sangha how he prepared for his game and all this stuff, and Sangha spoke about it, and then they called me, they asked me some of this stuff also, but pretty much similar to what Sangha did, I have done in my career also. We're cricketers, we're professional cricketers, and these are the things we do to make sure we are well organized and well prepared for the next day whenever we step on the cricket field. I'm definitely having an interest to come and do some work with the fellas out here, to do some coaching with them, and see where we can help the players to improve and get better. And I'm thinking definitely we need to put some more proper infrastructure in place to help the cricket to move forward.
What about teaching girls? Do you teach any girls?
Well, all of that is in the coaching, in the coaching stuff. Whenever you start, you're also being told the girls are also interested in playing cricket, and they are playing cricket, so you have to also be there to teach them also the skills and help them to move forward. So these are the things that, being a coach, this is the thing you need to do. You have to be ready to prepare and coach each. I don't mean the male or female. You got to be prepared to teach everybody.
So your 5-year-old daughter Ciara has taken an interest in cricket as well. Do you think we'll see her in a game soon? Well, not soon, but in a few years.
Anything to do with cricket, the balls, she will be out there running and want to play. She got a lot of energy. I don't know where she get it from, but
From you.
She would always, like, when we training in Guyana, she know all the guys from the they call her name, because we there in the camp. She there with us. When she come off school from lunch, we pick her up, because our school finishes at 12, because she went to preppy. Her school come off at 12, so she come to the ground. Our training finishes at 1 o'clock, so she come there and she lime around with us, and then she knows everybody by they call her name. And one day her mom was saying, "Oh, that is Pramal on the television." She tell her mom, "No, that is Gunnar." So she calling Pramal by his calling name, and if she sees somebody else on the TV, and you might say the right name, and she might say, "No, that is that name." Like she see Vishal Singh on the television, and she said, "No, that is Cheesy."
Amazing,
so
amazing.
she remember them by these names.
Maybe she could be commentating a little bit too at some point.
Maybe.
She sounds like she already is.
Yeah, she chat a lot.
Tejaran looks like he's following in your footsteps. Do you train with him a lot?
We've been training a lot. Early this year, last year, when we played the regional tournament, and when we home, we trained. Like right now, the training is still going on, and then the franchise cricket in Guyana is going to start, because they have the franchise teams are from Essequibo, East Bank, Georgetown, East Coast. Then you have West Berbice, Upper Quarantine, Lower Quarantine. So we have about probably six teams there to compete in a tournament. So that is gonna happen on the 26th. So it's good for the cricket in Guyana. You have to develop the players and keep them at a standards and a level that you need to be. And this is some of the stuff I spoke to them about. The guy who is now chairman of selectors, and I sit and I talked a lot to him, and the way the cricket should go forward and the way we can improve our cricket, because the standards of our club cricket is nothing to talk about like what we went through long ago. Long ago we had proper standards. This cricket, club cricket level was really high, but it's not the same anymore. So we have to put things in place that can keep us a standard and a level that we can go to the next level and perform whenever we go to this national level. And the board have contracted players, which is going to take players and put in each teams to play. So, you have some of the guys in the team going to be playing for, each one of the franchise teams that they have there now. So they're going to help build up these teams and make them strong enough to compete in these tournaments.
Planning a vacation? Contact TravelSpan for the best service and deals to Guyana, Trinidad, the Caribbean, and anywhere in the world. Ask about our special Caribbean packages, our cruise packages, and our escorted tours to Dubai and India. Contact TravelSpan now at 718-845-0437 or book online at travelspan.com. TravelSpan, a finer quality in travel. Elegant Floral Design. We can help you beautify your event. No occasion is too big or too small. We specialize in floral decor and party planning for every event. Please call 718-322-9786. Please use promo code Lakshmi for a discount. Welcome to Platinum Celebrations Incorporation, event planner and on-day coordinators. Formal or casual, large or intimate, held at a private residence, dazzling venue, or the beach. Platinum Celebrations' unparalleled service and attention to details will take your special occasion from the ordinary to the extraordinary. As a full-service event planning company, our service goes beyond design and decor to encompass entertainment, linen and table settings, flower arrangements, party favors, invitations, photography, and so much more. From selecting the perfect site to achieving the perfect mood. We promise to guide you through the planning process from beginning to end, and we are on site throughout the entire event to ensure all of your time and money invested goes according to your liking. Contact Shivi at 347-432-8545 for a free consultation. Remember, Platinum Celebrations is here for your special day.
And so one more to Sanders, takes him up to 39, the score up to 166, 166 for 4. This is the benefit match for Shivnarine Chanderpaul, coming to you live here from the Idlewild Park up in Rosedale, Wisden, New York.
So Shiv, a lot has been written or said about your departure from the West Indies without, the customary farewell tour or celebrity event. Does it bother you at all, or have you overcome that and forgiven those responsible?
Well, it did at the point of the time, because I've heard the president say he's trying to get rid of whatever had happened in the past about the way the players left the cricket. He didn't like it, and he don't want this to happen, and he will make sure he puts something in place for me. And to know that that did not happen, I was just thrown off to the side just like that. It was not the ideal way to send out somebody who have done, human service for them, because there's a lot of time they both in problems, and players have contract conflicting with the board's contract, and a lot of times they ask me to help them out, which I did. I did step in because I'm a player, I'm a cricketer, I want to play cricket, right? And sometimes, if you don't play cricket, the board is going to be in major problems. And you think about all the things. Yes, you want to support the guys because you play with the guys, you want to support the guys. But then if you don't, then the board's going to be fine, and then they're going to be, maybe we might be out of cricket, and never know what's going to happen with ICC and our board. So you try your best to keep them into it. And you've done a lot of this over your career for West Indies cricket, and then to be treated at the back end like that is, it tells you that, there was no respect in the back end of it. So it kind of hurt in the end of it, but now you've gotten over it and you're trying to move on and move forward because there's nothing you can do anymore. So you have to move on and move forward and just forget about what is gone, and that's the only way to move forward.
What would you have preferred the West Indian Cricket Board do for you?
Well, it would have been ideally to give me the opportunity to play the last Test series against Australia and say goodbye, and that would have been the ideal way to go off of cricket as a, as somebody who have served the West Indies over 20 years in international cricket.
Of course. Shiv, I believe it has been a little more than a year since you have played professional cricket. Do you miss suiting up for the West Indies, and have you officially resigned from first-class cricket?
Well, I've played professional cricket up to the beginning of this. Yeah, just the idea. I played this year already. Some first-class game for Guyana.
Oh, okay.
I've not played international cricket for over a year,
Okay.
but I played for Guyana in first-class games. We played against Leeward Islands in Antigua, and that was the other day in the Caribbean. So in Antigua. So definitely sometimes you miss it a bit, but then you also you had a long career, and it's time now to move on and get involved in something else.
If called back, would you play
For
West Indies?
There's a lot of things you have to think about what to do and what not to do, but I mean, in the back end of a player's career, there are also records you want to break, records you want to achieve. And one of mine was getting 12,000 test runs, being the first West Indian to score 12,000 test runs. And that was always my aim, coming towards the back end of my cricket. Once I said, once you keep scoring, you will get there. But as soon as you have a couple of tours that you did not score, you've been asked to step off, So you actually been told, you just tell you're not being selected anymore, so that's it.
Could you, and would you, ever start your own cricket team?
I don't think you could start your own cricket team just like that.
Okay.
I don't think that is possible. There's a lot of things you have to do, and you have to have ICC is in charge of cricket, and and the Caribbean comes, and even the US. I think West Indies Cricket Board also controls some of this out here too. So, I mean, the US cricket, they have their own people, but I think it comes under the WICB. So I'm not too sure.
Okay. Now, recently, of course, we know the Olympics is going on in Rio. Would you ever think that cricket would be part of the Olympics in years to come?
Talk about the Olympics. I was up last night, and even while I was in Florida, and just looking at the Jamaicans runners, and was there for Usain, and I know Johan Blake well. I've seen both came into our dress room already in Jamaica, and hailed the guys up, and that's just after he'd run the first Olympic when he won all the medals. So he came in and hailed us up. So I was there last night cheering them on, cheering them on. So I was hoping that he could end on a high. And that is what, as West Indian, you want to see another West Indian end on a high, especially when you have a career like what he's got. You want to see him, finish on a high. Cricket getting in the Olympics is, I don't know, because it's controlled by ICC. And maybe it's a shorter format, which is a T20 format. There's so many countries that would want to play, and the Olympic is only for a period of time. It's going to take a really long time to finish. So I don't know how it's going to mesh into that. So I don't know. I really don't know. It'd be good to get it in, but I don't know how it will go. I think if it's in there, it will go well.
Maybe as individual players or something.
No, you need a team.
You need a team?
Yeah, you need a team, but get it in might be. You should not. I don't know, but it'd be great if you get it in there and then have a full go and see what happens. It'd be a T20 competition, and then the champion come out. Like you see, they play in the beach volleyball in the night and these things. And cricket could play in the night, but you have to have the stadium. You you need more than one stadium to have more than one game played, because it's going to be a long time.
Well, hopefully in a couple years we will see that. And, you know, viewers, you heard it first here on Let's Talk with Luxury with none other than Tiger himself. So, Shiv, the West Indies just had a very disappointing showing against India in the last match. Your thoughts on the performance of the West Indies squad?
Well, they up against a good team. India is a very good team. Have some good bowlers. We have some good young players. You know, we have some mature players in there also. We have a few mature guys in there who's good enough to, you know, take the mantle, hold that mantle now, like myself been doing. I know Brian before me, and you know, we need somebody to hold it together for the team. It's not an easy job. My job was never an easy job to do for West Indies team. It's holding the team together, especially when your team is not doing well. There's a lot of pressure, and you have to be able to absorb all this pressure and help stay there and help the other fellas around you, which is what I was doing. You know, it's a lot of hard work. You need somebody to do that job now. You know, I know you have Craig is trying there, young Bravo, who's also trying. You got Marlon Samuels. You know, these are the guys who need to hold it together and give the other young fellas, the other fellas around who's more junior to them to come and play their natural game. And that is what I was doing. I was holding it together and allowing the other guys to play their natural game. So I have to curve my natural instinct to suit the team. You know, all the shots I used to play, I had to just stop playing all these shots and just, you know, be a little more watchful and be a little more patient and allow the other guys to bat around you. And that's the only way to keep your team in the run-ins, you know, in the winning, hopefully to win a few games, you know.
Besides doing that, were there words of motivation to your teammates that you would have to give from time to time?
Definitely. It's never just, you know, what you do. It's when they're out there, you're talking to them about batting and what we need to do to survive and how we going about our innings, you know, at a point of time. Sometimes, you know, it might be a lot of tension around. You try to talk them to how to relax out of it. You know, maybe a lot of pressure around from the opposition, how to play the situation. You've been through most of it already, so you know what. Definitely, if you see something's happening, some situations building up, something's happening, you know right away what to do, how to get out of it, what you can do to get out of it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you have a plan. You know how to deal with it.
Being a professional cricketer, I'm sure it's not just a game to you, it's a lifestyle. I mean, what do you have to do? Is there an exercise routine? Is there a diet program? What's the training like?
Everything comes with it, you know. You have to do your fitness work. We have fitness testing. You have your mental side of the game. You have to make sure that is in order when you're going to play tough opposition. You have the technical side of the game you have to work on. And these are all the work, and then you got time you just sit down and you go through, you sit down and maybe watch videos, or maybe you can go through, like us in the past, we can do that in our head without going to watch a television or watch a monitor to see, or the computer, this is what we need to look for and this is what we need to do. Sometimes you can replay that in your head and you can go through each bowlers, you play them back in your head, and then you know what they're doing, what to play for, what to look for, what plans if this don't work, what they might want to do, how to prepare. There's a lot of mental preparation. And then also you go into the nets and you do all the hard work. You put in all the hard work. Then before that is all the hard training. And then you have to also, your diet is a major part of it also. And then as Indians, Indians love to eat rice, roti. These are the things you can't eat too much of. You have to be careful how much of that you eat. And your diet, because when you're doing skin fold tests, you're doing testing, you have to know what to take in. Maybe you're taking more protein stuff. Maybe you're taking more, maybe the night before the game, maybe a little bit of pasta, a little bit of rice, a little bit of, you know, they give you the carbohydrates. But then in the Caribbean, in Guyana, we have provision, which gives you complex carbohydrates. So the complex rubber is storing your body as energy. And that is what you want. You don't want the rice or the flour which stores as glucose. That is just gonna burn out fast. You want the complex carbohydrates to stay long in your system, come out slowly, give you energy for longer. So you have to know what to take in, and you have to know how to diet, what to eat and what not to eat, what will slow you down, what will make you sleepy. There's a lot of things you have to go through. You learn all these things over the years playing, and you know how to organize yourself.
Shiv, let me ask you, do you cook at all?
Yeah, I had to. When I went to England playing in county cricket, I at the end of the game I come home and I cook some food, or maybe I cook some and leave it in the fridge, and when I go and come back I just hot up and eat some food. And sometimes you go to the guys and get a meal or stuff, but then sometimes you had a rough day and thing and you want to get back home, because county cricket is not hard. It's every day you out there playing. It's very stressful. There's a lot of cricket, and sometimes it's very cold, especially when I play out in, the first time I went was out in Durham. And Durham is more north, and it's freezing up there sometimes. So, yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was one of the best places to play cricket is out in England. And you enjoy it, you have good fun, and even though at the end of the game you might be driving to the next county, another 4 or 5 hours to the next county, and the next morning you're playing and your back is sore and stiff, your hamstring is tight, and you still got to get up and play. It's, you enjoy it. At the end of it, you enjoy it.
Awesome, amazing stories. They are calling you back to the game. Halftime is done. But last question for you. What advice would you give youngsters growing up who want to become a professional cricketer?
I think there's a lot of things in it. It's not, you keep it, everything you do as simple as possible. I could say a lot of things, but you don't want to confuse a young fellow who's now coming up and try to tell them too much things. Let them play how they can play. Sometimes as a good coach, you will tweak them their technique a little bit if they need tweaking. If they don't, you leave them alone. Relax, play the cricket and enjoy it. Whenever you're in the nets, practice the thing you will do in the game. Whenever you're doing your preparation, practice the way you will play in a match. That's the only way you will get better. An example is something I've done over the years, and all our fast bowlers, I tell them if they get me out, I buy them dinner. So
Okay.
now I have to go and make sure they don't get me out, and they go run in and bowl as fast as they can.
I can imagine.
And our boys then bowl fast. Some of them bowl in mid-90s, some of them high 90s, and they all coming hard at you. They try to get you out. It doesn't matter how, if they have to bump you out, knock your head off, they will try to get you out because they want you to buy dinner for them. So they know that it's hard to get me out in the nets. So they will try their best. So this is things that you do to challenge yourself. You don't want to you're going through the same motion over and over. Give yourself something to challenge yourself if you're going through the motion. Challenge yourself to do something that will, something that will keep you going.
Awesome. Well, Shiv, it was indeed a pleasure and an honor. You are so full of wisdom. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us. And on behalf of Cricket Zone USA, I want to thank them. They're up in the Bronx for having us on the show today. And you're the best. Keep it going. And I can't wait to see your son and your daughter on the cricket field as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Hey guys, I'm Guyanese Singh here, former West Indies under-19 and Guyana first-class batsman. I'm here to do a review of the CA Plus 15,000 bat. Today you can get at cricketzoneusa.com, that's our website, or you can come into our showroom at 1654 Castle Hill Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10462. The bat is about, the bats we have in store are between 2 pound 8 ounces to 2 pound 12 ounces. The CA bats come in a thick profile, full back, not much of a concave on the back. They have long straight grains, very close together. These carry about 8 to 10 to 12 grains on some of these bats. They hit very well. They're my choice of bat. They're specially made for players and professionals. It's my choice because of the light pickup and the profile. The profile of the bat is very thick. It has a 40 mm edge, and it's a wonderful bat to play on nice bouncy pitches. Even the slow low pitches you can still play it because there's a There's a long sweet spot on the bat. There's also, as I mentioned before, not much of a concave, so you have a full bat, full thickness, it's beautiful, man. This bat is wonderful. It's any player's dream to have bats like these. Once again, you can get these bats at cricketzoneusa.com.
Them fellas and them invite me to a cricket match. They give me a bat and put me in front the wicket. They laughing at me and getting them kicks. So I start to hit them, fours and six. They bowling hard and bowling slow, and I hitting them just to let them know.
Guyana, oh, Guyana.
I know this school is a place set up in the community to help children to further them education, to achieve a goal, a computer certificate. I want to thank God for the scholarship for Rebecca Jerram, sponsored by the school. And the owner, I just want to thank God for them. They can continue do the good work as they are doing in this community.
I want to say special thanks to Save Happy Computer School because my daughter goes into school. She do a computer course here, and she went for an interview at the Regional Democratic Council for a job with 49 persons for 2 spots. And she indicated to them that she do a course at Save Happy Computer School and she do have a certificate. And as soon as she produced the certificate, she was hired on the spot.
2 months ago, after my mother's hospitalization, the doctors wanted to put her on hospice. And I'm like, they deemed her terminal. And I saw Mr. Thakur, I think the founder, on TV, and he was advertising this Indian community in Kings Harbor. It's a great Indian community where my mother feels at home and she expresses her happiness to me whenever I come.
I know when I come, I feel happy. I stay a couple days and I see everybody, and I'm so happy.
I brought my mother here like a month and a half ago, and I haven't regretted my decision. It's one of the best decisions I've made for my mother. It's a home away from home.
Bring the dancers. Let's talk with Lakshmi. Again now. Let's talk with Lakshmi. Bring the topics, let we chat now.